Okay, so let's have a go at our first cash budget here. I've taken the liberty already of setting it up. We're going to be working from pages, starts on page 4 in your booklet. So I've got that information open to the side, just so that we can refer to it. So if we go back to our cash budget, let's see what we've got. We've got a title, what it is, a cash budget, who it's for, and the period of time we're looking at. Then down the left hand side, we've got estimated receipts, so the cash coming in. We're going to total that. We're going to have our estimated payments, the cash that is leaving the business that's going out, totaling that. And then the important part at the bottom here, we're going to work out how much our closing bank balance is predicted to be. Remember, this is a forecast into the future. So let's start filling in some of the extra bits in here. First thing I need is my months across the top. So we're doing this for June and July. I'm just going to pop in an extra row in here. Insert a row. We're doing this for June and July. So we're going to try and get Excel to do all the work for us. Type in our first month. Obviously, this is a very quick, easy one just for 2 months, but the bigger ones you're going to be doing will be for a much longer time. So instead of writing out July, August, September, just hover your cursor onto the bottom right-hand side of the cell, click and drag, and you can see there it's automatically filling in the dates for us. We're just going to leave it at June and July for now. So if we look over here, these are our estimated figures for June and July. So we've got some payments and some receipts. Let's start with these receipts here. Cash sales, 15,000. So cash sales being sales where money is given to us at the time of the sale. 15,000 June and 8,000 for July. Any other receipts that we've got here? Interest revenue, nothing for June, and 1,000 for July. Interest 0, 1,000. Total, I'm going to add these two together. Different ways of doing this. I'll do equal sum on that first one. Obviously, there is only two numbers. Adding up to 15,000 again. I'm not going to be writing in a formula here. I can copy that formula across in the cell by hovering over there to turn the cursor into the black cross, drag it across, and that's automatically added for us. Payments, we've got wages, cash purchases, and rent expense. Wages 600 and 600. Cash purchases 7,400, 8,300. Rent expense. So for this first one here, I'm just purely copying in the numbers from the table here, from the booklet. The next ones we do, you're going to be using different tabs in your PowerPoint and referencing from one cell to another, but we'll just keep it simple for now. Again, we're going to equal sum those three, enter, drag the formula across, job done. Right, so we've put our estimated receipts, estimated payments in, we've totaled them. Now we're doing this bit down here, our opening cash balance, the excess receipts or payments, and our closing cash balance. Now this is the one that sometimes people can't find or can't see. We will be given this number, you will be given this figure here. And for this question, it's actually hiding on page 3. And it tells us that the opening cash balance is an 8,700 debit. So $8,700 debit, being a debit, it's an asset, so it's a positive cash balance. If you're told that's a credit balance, that's going to be a negative, it's going to be an overdraft figure. The excess of receipts over payments, we need to do a calculation here. This is going to be the difference between the receipts and the expenses here. So I'm going to do another sum, the difference between what's come in, 15,000, and what's gone out, 8,700. So equals the total receipts take away the total estimated expenses. And again, I can drag that across to copy that formula there. Closing cash balance. So we started with 8,700. We've had 6,300 more coming in than going out of the business. So our closing balance will be these two added together. So the 8,700 at the start plus the 6,300. That plus that. Enter. So we are predicting by the end of June, we're going to have $15,000. Again, drag and copy that formula across. The less typing we can do, the better. Now, if we're predicting we're going to end June with $15,000, that's what we're saying here. That means that we're predicting that we're going to start the next day, which is the 1st of July, with that same amount. So this is my 30 June predicted balance at the bank. And that will become my opening balance for June there. So again, I'm doing equals that figure there. Enter. The start of the next month here will always be the same as the closing of the previous month. Because I've copied across that formula there, so the 15,000, notice here we've got negative 600 as our, we spent more, predicting to pay out more than coming in. So we've got 9,000 receipts, 9,600 payments, which gives us a negative balance there. And that's pretty much about it. What we're saying here is we've got a July predicted closing balance of $14,400. Last thing that we need to do, let's just give it a bit of a tidy up. I'm going to merge those cells. Do that in a minute. And we can put some grid lines in there. Format cells. Order. Inside, outside. Makes it look a bit neater. Okay, so that's your first one done. Make sure, golden rules, we're always using formulas wherever we can and copying and dragging those formulas across. Cheers then.